What's up guys, nothingwired.com, and today we have the Sony Xperia C. It's a mid-range big screen device mainly targeted at developing markets like China and India, where there is a rising demand of affordable big screen devices that are low on power as well as light on pocket. So we're gonna give you a quick review about what's in the box, about the hardware, the software of the device, and then we'll talk about the performance and at last the verdict. So let's get started. You see, the Sony Xperia C comes in the usual Sony Xperia packet, where you see a highly rectangularish packet. There would be many compartments to accommodate various accessories and then the device itself. So that's the Sony Xperia C. You get some free goodies, and then nothing much on this side. It's a black unit. Again, nothing much on this side, not on this. Here you would have the revised MRP here, 21,490, but you get it for a few thousand cheaper on any online retailer. And then you have some quick specs here. There you can see 5-inch 8MP back camera, 1.2 gig quad core. It's a MediaTek processor. In fact, the Sony Xperia C is the first Sony device to be powered by a MediaTek processor chipset. HDR, X-Cloud and X-More for the camera. That's the sensor technology. So there are the colors that you get it in. We have the black color. So let's go ahead and show you what's in the box. We've already opened it actually, and first comes the device. We'll come back to the device in a while. We'll see what else is there. It's a quick, I guess it's the warranty card. Yeah, that's the warranty certificate. And then you have a startup guide. You have some SAR information there, and then important information, I guess, has to do with some safety and service and supports and other stuff, and then your usage advisory. So those are the documents. Then you have the wall adapter, round 3-pin wall adapter, USB. Then you have the USB data cable plus the power cable here. There's a micro USB port here. And then you have a set of earphones hiding right here. They're not exactly premium quality. Yeah, no, it's not noise cancelling, and you only have a call attend button. So there is no volume rocker. You also have the mic, and that's a silver plated one. Yeah. But that's about it in the box really. Now we have our Sony Xperia C here. Let's go ahead and take out the phone. There you see, touching the phone, so you would find little smudge here and there, and that's actually a good thing, so that you know now that although it has a nice rubber coating matte back, but see, you can get scratches easily. They would go anyway, because this rubber back has very nice very micro fibrils coming out, so they would go. But then don't touch this with your oily hands or wet hands, because it will leave fingerprints or smudges on the back. Yeah, and that's the front. Again, you see a glossy, and it attracts a lot of fingerprints and smudges there. So we'll come back with the hardware review. The Sony Xperia C is a 5-incher. It's certainly not the thinnest device in the market at about 8.9 mm thick, but then it's pretty light. When we consider the big device here, it's a pretty hefty device. So it's about 153 gram. It's all plastic, but then it has that look of the Sony Xperia Z series. So Sony is trying to give a premium feeling, you see, but know that these parts are not aluminum like in the case of the Xperia Z. The only thing metal is the power button here, and I guess the volume button is also plastic. Yeah, so everything is mainly plastic apart from this, which is metal. And as I showed you during the unboxing, that its glossy surface attracts a lot of smudges and fingerprints, but then it gets clean easily. As you can see, I have now cleaned it and there are no smudges at all. The same thing with the back. I've shown you it can get scratches and smudges, but then just clean it, just wipe it off with a cloth and you would see it come back to the same nice matte finish, nice rubber feeling on the back that gives a great hold of such a big device, which is very important on devices which has glossy back. This big continue to slip from your hand when you try to operate with one hand, so it's a good move. Yeah. You have this nice curved all side that tries to show the device as thin, a little thinner than it is. So the front side has the 5-inch display. It does not have any protection, no Gorilla Glass, nothing. It is a rather low resolution display. It has 540 by 960 pixels, and on top you have the earpiece here, the front camera, which is a VGA. There would be the proximity and ambient sensor here somewhere, and then trust Sony to have the notification LED lights in weird places. So you have the LED light here and then your mouthpiece right here. This side you have the micro USB port. Below you have the hole to open the back flap, and the back is removable, and in fact it comes out along with the side, so it's kind of engulfing the whole front and central housing. This way you have the dedicated camera hardware button, your volume rocker, metallic power button. On top you have the 3.5mm jack, and behind you have the 8MP autofocus camera that can record full HD, LED flash, Sony markings, and then the speaker grills here, and there you see Xperia. So let's go ahead and open the back flap. It's really an adventure opening the back flap because it's very tightly integrated. So you hold there and you push it below and then drag it here and then try to take off the device. There you see it's totally covering the front and central housing. So there goes the back cover. You see it comes out with the sides. It's very thick and rugged plastic that will protect the device very well. So on the back you have the non-removable 2390 mAh battery. You have two micro SIM card slots. It's this one is CDMA plus GSM, only GSM, so it will support 3G. It's a dual standby. Then you have a micro SD card slot there. Yeah, so that's about it, and it's a good thing that you can remove them all separate places. So that's about the back. So let's go and close it. It closes with a loud thud. So that's about the hardware of the Sony Xperia C. Now it's a good thing that Sony is trying to give it a premium look by giving this Sony Xperia G kind of size, although they're plastic, but they really look very premium, and we like the overall design and build quality of the device. It's actually made for that kind of an audience who would like to use it rough. The Sony Xperia C has a rather low resolution 5-inch screen without protection. It has 540 by 960 pixel, which translates to about 219-220 ppi of color density, which is not enough at all by today's standard, but Sony has to keep the price low somewhere. So we'll go and check out the icons here. They actually look slightly pixelated. I'm not sure if you can see, the screen is very reflective, but if you look closely there, you will see, you'll see the round part, the camera here pixelated. There you see the pixel can be best viewed along a round corner, because when there's a low resolution screen, that the pixels cannot actually make the perfect rounds. Now we have the brightness set to automatic. Let's show you the brightness screen full brightness, and we have it actually washes out the colors, although it's very bright, but then it's actually washes out the colors. So you might want to keep the display in auto mode, or at least reduce the brightness a bit. The photos look bright and sharp, although it's kind of a little oversaturated, trying to bring out the color a little too hard. The viewing angles are average. The reflection takes over pretty quickly. Yeah. The movie viewing experience is also good but not great. You see? The dark corners are hampered a lot by the reflection. The audio and video sync is perfect. That will come during the video review. The colors are not deep enough. Yeah, but it accounts for a pleasant enough view. There's no discoloration, no fuzziness at least. But you can see it's pretty pixelated at places, yeah. So not the best of devices, but then for the price you're getting it at, you'll have to sacrifice somewhere. Now one good thing about having a low resolution screen is that your battery life would be longer. The Xperia C is powered by Android 4.2.2 with the Sony UI on top. You have the nice scaling unlock screen as you got on the Xperia Z series, which is nice. I really like it. And then you have the shortcut keys. The camera button here will start the camera, and then this is another. You can customize it to music and others. Then you have the places for widgets. There you go. You can add widgets here. All these widgets here. Then you come to the home screen. You have the typical 5 home screen setup here. Long press, and you can add your widgets, apps, wallpapers, and themes. These are the themes. A lot more themes now. Then you also have wallpaper. Before, Sony used to have only these wallpapers, but now it has a wide array of choice. Yeah, and you have widgets and other things. Yeah, you have a notification pane. Now it's a new notification pane because you have the quick function toggle bars there. Yeah, then you have your app dock that's customizable. You can have your own choice of apps here. It's nice 3D aligned. So that's the home page. Mainly it's pretty smooth, but I don't have many widgets. I'm sure the moment I start loading live widgets here, this guy gonna slow down. Yeah, and then your main shortcut keys, back, home, and recent apps keys there. Yeah, so that way you can go to Google now. Then this is the main app menu. So like always, the thing we hated about Sony is that they've put a lot of third party, a lot of unnecessary bloatware. There are the default Google Android apps. There are some Sony in-house apps like Walkman, Album, Movies, Sony Select, etc., which are good to have there. But then there are also some very unnecessary apps like I don't know, Big Flakes and WhatsApp. Okay, WhatsApp is fine because almost all people use WhatsApp anyway, but then Line and Big Flicks and PixArt and all these have, you know, pretty much their own audience, and not all people might want to use them. So probably, as these guys are free anyway, so probably Sony would have done good to leave them out to at least reduce some space from its pathetically low 4 GB of ROM, which hardly leaves any space for you to download any decent games. Yeah, so here you can uninstall and share and customize, and let's go to the settings to see that it's a typical 4.2. settings for Sony. You have dual SIM card because this guy supports dual SIM. You can switch the data and keep the SIM names and also display and stuff. Yeah, storage, There you see it's very low storage. The ROM takes a lot of space as well, and you can add all these extensive list of accounts that you can add and sync. And then you have your about phone. You can see 4.2.2. there is no news about when this guy, if at all, will be upgraded to 4.3 or 4.4. So let's go ahead and check out some of the apps now. We're not going to check out the default Google apps. You pretty much know them. That's dialer, big enough dialer, you can see there. Then you have the Walkman app, and it has nice artwork. If your album has any artwork, by the way, I had to keep the YouTube approved music for testing the music output, so they did not have any album art. You'll see nice album art here. And then you can also edit music info. You can wirelessly share them, visualizer, and then settings where you can have clear audio plus for auto enhancement, or you can also go and selectively enhance your sound according to this is like sub auto. You can also fine-tune your equalizers here. It also supports xLoud, which kind of try to enhance the speaker output. And let's check out a song. Much better this way. So first thing first, don't keep your speakers on the back because it obstructs the sound really badly. Number two is that the output via speaker is loud enough, but then it's devoid of bass, and I already hear some crackling somewhere. Specifically with song with deep beats or bass, you might experience crackling. So you see, you hear the drumming. You see it's crackles a bit. So it's trying to go overboard with the loudness of the speaker. However, we've experienced it via the supplied earphones. They are low on bass as well. Then you have the Sony album, and it's a typical album. You see the latest thumbnail is big, and I showed you this in the display. The colors are kind of oversaturated, but they look nice. There's no mobile Bravia engine, so you kind of don't get that true color nature, true saturation and hue. It has a yellow cast on the screen, yeah, like the Xperia Z also used to have, and even the Xperia tablet. That was my fist. Perfect sync between audio and video, no problem playing a full HD file, but then see the resolution is very low. Colors are not bright also. I would suggest you try with increasing the brightness a bit, but that will kind of wash out the background colors. But there is no fuzziness, which is a good thing. Yeah, you have movies, of course, that will give you the videos you can also buy and stuff. And then you have Sony's own app store called Sony Select, and your license and all. You can buy all your apps and games and stuff here. These are the usual ones. The camera, the 8MP autofocus camera, yeah. Then you have all these options. Nice cyber shot kind of an option, we like it. So you have your video camera there, and it takes a while to switch to that particular mode. You have picture modes here, yeah. And then there are some sweep panoramas and scene selection, front camera and other front video and other stuff. So here you have your portrait retouch on or off. your flash, and then your various settings. Yeah, so that's for taking snap and that's for recording video. Yeah. The photo quality is more than decent under enough light. There are enough details, but then the photos appear little soft. The saturation and hue is also on slightly lower side, which is actually good for someone and not so much for others. On the low light, the camera does a pretty good job of checking the noise up to a very good level, but then the details are sadly missing. The videos don't have fuzziness, has the soft touch again, and yeah, overall a very good quality. What else? And so that's mainly about the in-house main apps we're going to talk about. You can explore all these other apps when you have time. Now another thing is the call quality is excellent. Now we tested it inside the elevator, we tested it inside the escape stairs, and also on the second level basement. The second level basement did not work that good. It keeps on losing the signal, but that's expected. You really need a very good antenna to hold the signal even on the second level basement. Inside elevator also, when it started moving, the signal started cutting a bit, but this guy actually holds it pretty good up till about 1 or 2 level, which is very decent, and we're amazed by that particular performance. So call quality, we don't have any complaint whatsoever. Apart from that, you can see the UI movements and animations are smooth enough. They lag at times, but it's not very significant. However, the touch is not exactly feathery, and although you might feel that, but it's kind of a little inconsistent, and at times, you know, you have to press twice to do a transaction. So that actually prompted me to think that the touch is probably not as smooth, not smooth, as feathery like as I've wanted. We're gonna do some gameplay testing on the Xperia C. Sadly, we cannot test any demanding game because this guy has too little space to hold the game data from the big games like Nova 3 or Asphalt 8 or FIFA 14 or any of the other demanding games that generally has a large amount of data. So we're gonna test mainly 3 games. We'll start with Temple Run 2. And the Xperia C should play this game pretty fine because this game is not very demanding. It's pretty basic. The textures and all are also not very complicated, and as expected, it plays Temple Run 2 very smoothly. But did I just see the slightest amount of lag? Not really, but I'll have to play some more to actually have that. It's pretty smooth actually. Next we're gonna try Fruit Ninja. Pretty smooth again. 3 fruit combos, no problem. 6 fruit combo, yeah. Pretty smooth again, yeah. We'll test Beach Buggy Blitz, which is slightly heavier game than the one we played before. Movie does not skip a frame, which is a good thing. Let's go driving. It's pretty smooth. You can see the water ripples, which are quite dense. Yeah, there. Because of the screen, I need some effort dragging the car here. Not very significant, but just a little. It's not feathery. so you might face slight problem while taking a sharp turn. Gameplay is quite smooth otherwise. Very smooth. Let's see in a closed environment. Yeah, no lag. So the gameplay of at least these three games are pretty smooth. The Sony Xperia C makes a pretty strong statement at this price point really. You have a very good design, almost Xperia Z-like design here. It's not very heavy. The battery life is decent enough. The camera is decent enough. But then it has very less internal storage. That's our main concern. Only 4 GB and hardly anything is available for your app data. Apart from that, everything about this device is pretty acceptable. The screen is rather low resolution, but then yeah, I mean, you'll only feel it when you're stretching the screen, you know, when you're actually very particular about your colors and details on the pictures and videos. A low resolution screen, however, is good for the battery life. Now this guy will compete against Galaxy Grand and the recently released HTC Desire 700. Then also some India manufacturer like Micromax, Canvas Turbo and some such competitors. Now compared to Galaxy Grand, this guy has an updated feature and spec sheet. Compared to HTC Desire 700, this guy has only a VGA front camera. The 700 has a 2.1 MP front camera. The 700's overall camera and videography spec sheet at least is better. The Xperia C can make for a very decent proposition if you especially like the look and design of the device. Thank you, and if you like this video, hit the like button, ask anything in the comment section and subscribe to our channel for more such awesome content in future.